If you're anything like me, sometimes in life you get stuck. One of the things about Grandma B is she used to say the same thing over and over and over and over again. I cannot tell you the number of times I have heard some of her stories. But as I got older, as I began to accomplish my goals, what I realized is sometimes you need to hear these lessons again. You need to be reminded of how great you are. You need to be reminded of how wonderful you are. You need to be reminded about some old practices and some old tools. So today I want to share with you a few things that have helped me. Okay, so I know a lot of people who are trying to accomplish their dreams, and I know you were friends with Pookie and Ray Ray and Tanya and Keisha when you were 5 years old, going outside playing, going to church, spending the night at each other's houses. But now you're 30 years old, and they do not want to go with you. So you cannot accomplish your dreams if you are carrying people who are stuck in the past. I know you want to make it better for them. I know you want to take everybody with you, but that is not your assignment. You see, God has given you a gift. He's given you a mission. He's given you a purpose, and your purpose may not be their purpose. The other thing is sometimes when you're trying to get ahead, people don't applaud you. They're not happy for you because when you are doing something, sometimes you're showing other people what they are not. And it's okay. Let go, let God, pray for them, go after your dreams, and don't stay stuck in the past. Trust me.
So this is a random rant. Have you ever received an apology and by the time they got through apologizing, you needed an apology for the apology? You had already forgiven them, but now that they apologize and you want to take your forgiveness back. Don't say, if I offended you, I apologize. A hypothetical apology is not an apology. Say this, I offended you. Please forgive me. I apologize. Now ain't that better? And what about the moonwalk apology? That's when you give an apology and then you moonwalk back. I apologize for what I did, but I really don't know if I did what I did. Are you kidding me? And what about the bad attitude apology? I'm sorry. Listen, if you're going to apologize to somebody, hold your head down, humble yourself, and give it some emotion. I'm sorry. In Jesus' name.
Okay, I just got off the Underground Railroad. Yes, the Underground Railroad. Let me tell you, I have been on the road for 10 days. I have gone from one city to the next, getting up on the plane, getting off the plane, until finally last night when I was in Chicago, thinking I was going to get on the plane, I had to wait in the airport for almost 12 hours. So I got home about 5 o'clock this morning, but I said, you know what? I know I just got off the Underground Railroad, but I still got work to do. So I was just sitting here thinking, and I was wondering what happened to many of us. See, I have a strong belief that when God was creating all of us, there was this assembly line, and you were supposed to stand in line and get all the things that you needed to be a happy, successful, peaceful, loving human being so you could exist on this earth in harmony. But see, some of us got out of line too soon. See, some of us were in line and we got academic smarts, but didn't get an ounce of common sense. Do you know anybody like that? They know how to add 1 + 1 = 2 real fast. But when you ask them something that's real simple, like what they should wear outside when it's 100 degrees, they come outside with a fur coat on and some boots. See, they don't have no common sense. Then you got the flip side. You got people who got a whole lot of common sense. They know everything to do, know what to do, but haven't accomplished a single thing. You see, they got out of line before they got strategy, before they got execution, before they knew what to do. And then what about the people? I work with a lot of celebrities, and they got a lot of talent. They got gifts, but you could sing, but you can't do nothing else. Or you could dance, or you could play an instrument, or you can act, but what happened to the other life skills, like cleaning up after yourself, talking to people like you got some sense,
You got to be careful what you pray for because you just might get it, honey. People pray for money, they win a lotto, and they lose everything along with their dignity. People pray to be famous, they get that, and then they lose their minds and everything else. So when you ask for something, you need to ask for everything that goes along with that blessing. You need to ask for peace, wisdom, strength, endurance, diligence. You need to ask for good people. You need to ask for patience. You need to ask for integrity. Oh, yeah, that's a big one because you don't want to get the blessing and then do the wrong thing with it. So don't think it gets easier when you get the blessing. Let me tell you something. It gets harder. The struggle gets harder. You are more responsible. And to whom much is given, much is required. So when you ask for the blessing, make sure you get the lesson. Trust me.
So this is for everybody who started off this new year, this new decade with high hopes, high dreams, faith. You're going to change everything. This is going to be a new year. You're going to have a new you. You're going to have a new budget, a new man, new midsection. Everything is going to be new. And it has not started off the way you expected it to. Then this is for you. Now, for those of you who've got it all together, you don't need to watch this. But if you're still trying to figure out how to make it, this is for you. I want you to join me for marching orders. March is starting. It's coming. Let me tell you what marching orders means. The beginning of the year is not just the first day. It's not just the first week. It's not just the first month. The beginning of the year is the first 3 months of the year, because whatever you put in place by the end of March is going to reap in the remaining 9 months of the year. 9 is the number of reaping. Why? Because anytime you multiply 9 by anything, it comes right back to itself. 9 times 2 is 18. The 1 and the 8 equal 9. 9 times 3 is 27. The 2 and the 7 equals 9. 9 times 9 is 81. The 8 and the 1 equals 9. So if you tried any way, it's going to come back to itself. So whatever you put in place right now, and you finish during the month of March, is going to reap during the remaining 9 months of the year. So if you did not get your budget straight, if you did not get your relationships in order, if you have not started your home-based business, if your career is off track, whatever it is, this is your time to grind. I have been following marching orders for the past 12 years. Now, 12 is a great number of cycle completion. There are 12 months in the year. There were 12 disciples. I could go on about the number 12. So for 12 years, I have been following marching orders. For 12 years, I have been listening to Sandy Bakken, the IRS attorney who used to train the IRS agents, who now just train self-employed people like you and I. He's also a CPA. So 12 is a great number of completion. So I want you to get on this path with me. The first year that I followed marching orders, I finished that real estate broker license in 3 days, and I made some money that year. Another year that I did marching orders, I reached out to Russell Simmons' office. I didn't know him. He didn't know me. I didn't know anybody who knew them. I just knew that I did not want to be in corporate America anymore, that I wanted to follow my dreams. I wanted to follow my passion. I reached out, I got a meeting, and I left that meeting running a national program. Another year, I was told to write my salary for what it was that I was doing. I wrote my salary in the spreadsheet. I sent it in. They called me and told me it wasn't enough. So I got to rewrite my own salary. So what's going to happen for you during this marching order season? What is it that you want? What are you trying to get? What goal are you trying to reach? Let me tell you something. Life is not going to give you what you want. You're going to have to go and take it. You're going to have to learn the rules of the game and then play the game by the rules. Learn the rules of the game. Let's just say, for example, the tax system. Learn the tax code. Your tax preparer is not going to tell you. I've been on set all weekend with people who have been doing taxes, and they're not telling people that they can hire their kids in their home-based business. They're not telling people that they can travel and write it off for business, or that they can drive their car and write for business. Now, some of them are, but many of them are not that focused. They can only address what you bring them. So you have to take matters into your own hands. You have to get the financial education. You have to find out the truth. You have to pass the test. You have to be the one to say no. If you got paid this weekend, do you have a plan for your money? At some point, you're going to have to follow the financial rules. You're going to have to spend less money. You're going to have to get more money, and then you're going to have to get your money back. There's no other way to do it. There's absolutely no other way to do it. It's going to take an all-out attack on your goals in order for you to achieve them. Your goals are not going to come falling in your lap. Your goals are not going to come knocking on your door. Your reward, your breakthrough, you're going to have to push past the end. You're going to have to push past your own mind. You're going to have to understand that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond. So when people don't do the right thing, you can't get bent out of shape for too long. Cry for 2 minutes and then move on. When people don't do the right thing by you, you can't get stuck on that. You're going to have to learn that lesson. Figure out how you contributed to your own situation, and then you're going to have to go to the next level. So are you ready to march? I'm ready to march. I'm ready to take this thing on by storm. I want to change my life, and I want to help you change yours. So let's march. So I just got off of a flight from LA to Detroit. I got to speak at this event, had the biggest aha moment that I have to share with you. Fear really is false evidence appearing real. Fear is not real. It is false. It is not the truth. I just thought about all the things that I have been afraid of in my life. I was afraid to quit my job and go into financial services. I was afraid to get the licenses. I was afraid to move to California. I was afraid to go into the entertainment business. I was afraid to be on TV. Can you believe it? Here's what I realized. Once you identify why you're afraid, then the fear no longer has any power over you. Let me give you an example. I was afraid to be on TV because I was afraid for people to recognize me and say hi, and I might not want to speak that day. Now, you know that's crazy. But once I realized why I was afraid, I had control over how to get it under control. So let me tell you, talk about your fears, pray about your fears. Do not hide them. Bring them out so you can overcome them. Trust me.
Who should you go to for financial advice? Author, TV personality, and celebrity financial coach, Lynn Richardson.
Let's bring in financial expert Lynn Richardson.
My girl, Lynn Richardson.
We have Dr. Lynn Richardson. Good morning.
Financial expert Lynn Richardson.
Lynn knows what's up.
We're joined by financial expert Lynn Richardson, author of Get Your Money Back, Tax Deductions You Never Knew About.
Be at peace with the money that you have, because everybody knows money cannot buy happiness.
To learn more about Lynn Richardson's webinars, books, and online courses, please go to lynnrichardson.com.